silence that I built with my own hands. Furnished every corner, learned the measurements of where I stand. Drew the blueprint in the dark before you ever walked inside. Told you come on in when I already knew what I was hiding. Star that beckoned me back home when I forgot what home had meant. You illuminated darkness I had started to call permanent. Put a costume on, paper mache and good intent. Showed you who I'm reaching for instead of who I represent. You held the light up to my demons, never flinched, never ran. Asked me for a simple kiss and I gave you a broken man. Nodded at the altar of your knees, then walked it back again. Should've just said no instead of yes, that slowly turned to wind. You weren't withholding, you were protecting. Every wall you built was load bearing, load bearing. I drove us there and stood confused at the destination. Mile by mile, calling it love when it was just fear in a good shirt. You were the star that beckoned me home. I was the dog that forgot what home was. Easy to fall, too scared to be worthy. The man carrying the love wasn't ready, wasn't ready, wasn't ready. The love was always real. It was the man who wasn't ready. Remember the bridge, all those conversations folded into one. If I ever asked you to jump, it's because jumping had to be done. What it actually said underneath the costume I was in was trust me while I'm feeding you a silence full of sin. You already knew some quiet ancient part of you could tell. Love me anyway and I repaid that love by now. Coming clean, you used every tool you had to tell me that you love me true. I turned the vessel into a weapon, made it about the container, not the view. You were reaching, I was ducking, called your honesty a threat. Held on when you pulled away in sleep, but missed you wide awake instead. Never complained about my snoring, never made me feel too much. But I wasn't there in daylight when you needed me to touch. You weren't failing, you were surviving. Surviving me, surviving me. Built the walls, I made load bearing. Every brick a consequence of what I was. What I was becoming, what I never said out loud. You were the star that beckoned me home. I was the dog that forgot what home was. Easy to fall, too scared to be worthy. The man carrying the love wasn't ready, wasn't ready, wasn't ready. The love was always real. It was a man who wasn't ready. My snuggle cunt, the name that only lived between us in the private country where nothing needed performing. I don't want your apology. You weren't failing me, you were surviving me. You did what I could, protected what I put at risk, and I love you for it more than I love myself right now, which is the most honest thing I have ever said out loud. I'm not gonna tell you that I'm gonna change. I'm gonna stand inside the wreckage till I know every inch of what I made. Can't move forward without making peace with what I cost myself and you. Insecurity disguised as arrogance was never something new. Who I was when you found me wasn't fiction, wasn't fake. The divide was fear that learned to walk right for its own sake. Mistook the armor for the man, you forgot the man was underneath. Choosing them now, not for you, but for they dare I need to breathe. Still your biggest cheerleader, from wherever I'm standing. Still the one who sees your future and believes in what is landed. May have to build the wall so high I can't reach back for you. Not because I stopped loving you, because the love is finally true. You were surviving, I was hiding. Same wreckage, different rooms. I'm not blocking you, I'm protecting you from the version of me that would call it love when you was just need wearing. love's close. You were the star that beckoned me home. I was the dark that forgot what home was. Easy to fall, too scared to be worthy. The man carrying the love wasn't ready, wasn't ready, wasn't ready, wasn't ready. The love was always real. There was the man who wasn't ready. That man loves you, this man loves you, same man, different distance from the truth. I cannot stop, didn't try to find a switch, because love was never the problem, given freely, finally, the way everything should have been from the beginning.